the Monday a little bit better and talk to our guy, Pep. We got some sports to talk about, don't we, Pep?
Let's do this. Yeah, we're talking some NFL news. You know, we got the NFL Combine wrapping up as we march towards the NFL draft. But, you know, as we get closer to the draft, teams have to decide. Do they go out and find a free agent veteran? Do they try to make a trade? Do they find their next guy at whatever position in the draft? Well, the Rams answered that question definitively at quarterback because they are not letting Matt Stafford go. They are going to restructure his deal. So Matt Stafford will be back as the quarterback of the Rams. And Patrick, I felt this way. I think you felt the same way. Everyone was waiting to see what Matt Stafford was going to do before deciding, hey, do we go out and get another veteran quarterback? Do we try to find our quarterback in the draft? Matt Stafford was the first move. So now the rest of the NFL, the other teams can start making a decision here, what they're going to do.
Right. I mean, dare I say that Pep and I did kind of feel this coming on because remember last year, there was a little bit of like, oh, I might retire. Stafford kind of did a similar deal. But boy, you hear Tom Brady wanted to talk to Stafford. Yeah. And we both kind of felt, you know what? I bet he ends up with the Rams because it's too perfect of a fit. It's too good of a situation. He still has a little bit left in the tank. It would be exciting to see if the Raiders were going to pick him up, something like that. But now this kind of opens the door to the Raiders. Are they going to draft somebody? Shedeur, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, because like we said, the best fit for Matt Stafford, the best fit for the Rams was him just staying there. So now we know that that's happening. All these other teams that need a QB1, a starting quarterback, now they have to decide, do they go out and find Aaron Rodgers, Sam Darnold, maybe Russell Wilson's out there, maybe Kirk Cousins will be out there, or do they try to go young? Because remember, a lot of NFL teams, if they think their franchise quarterback is in the draft, they would rather go that way because they'll have them for about 5 years, on a very bargain contract. I say bargain, it's still millions of dollars, but it's a bargain having them on their rookie contract. So that's where the teams have this dilemma. Do they go out and find a veteran who's going to want money, or do they think they have their rookie, this rookie quarterback somewhere in the draft that's going to be their franchise guy?
And then we're also hearing that Aaron Rodgers, not a lot of suitors are out there looking for him. Could he not have a team actually pick him up? I wouldn't believe it, but anything's possible in the NFL.
Well, if Matt Stafford was the first quarterback that all these other teams are looking at, right? Well, Aaron Rodgers might have been, the second or third guy because now the New York Giants, who desperately need a quarterback, and they apparently, reportedly, they wanted Matt Stafford. Now that Stafford's off the board, now there's reports that maybe Aaron Rodgers would stay in New York and leave the Jets and go over to the Giants, who the Giants probably feel like they can win, pretty soon if they had a quarterback. And they got a pretty good defense, actually. But, is Aaron Rodgers the solution? I mean, he's 40 years old. I mean, how long are you going to have this guy?
And they have a draft pick, so it'll be kind of weird to see who they're going to pick. Are they going to go after Travis Hunter? What are they going to do with that pick? It'll be kind of interesting because they already struck out with Daniel Jones in a draft pick. So are they going to go veteran? I don't know.
I'm kind of surprised by this, that Cam Ward, the quarterback for the Miami Hurricanes, I guess he's being widely received as the first quarterback off the board, maybe the number one overall pick in the draft. So the Titans have the number one pick, but now the Giants, the Jets, some other teams in the top 10, if they feel like Cam Ward is their quarterback, is their franchise guy, maybe they would move up. I know Tennessee needs a quarterback too, but maybe they would move up and try to get that number one pick if they feel like, hey, Aaron Rodgers is not the answer, Russell Wilson's not the answer, Sam Darnold's not the answer. Cam Ward's our guy. If you really feel like he's your guy, then you do move up. And the Giants, the Jets, a couple of those teams out there thinking of going to number one.
It's like you said, though, that domino has fallen with Matt Stafford. So now the other ones are going to fall into place. It'll be kind of exciting to see what happens.
Dude, every offseason, man, these quarterbacks are always on the move. I love it. It's a lot of fun. So the new NFL season begins on March 12th. So technically, all these deals can go down. They can be official. Guys will be on the move beginning on March 12th. That's when it's technically, that free agency period begins in the NFL. So I think a lot of things are going to accelerate, maybe even this week as we get closer to March 12th where they get these deals done.
Yeah, we're going to spring forward on March 9th with our clock set forward an hour, and then we have the NFL moving forward. I love it.
Yeah, you know what? Another one quick deal, too, that I should mention. My 49ers sending Deebo Samuel to the Washington Commanders to play with our guy Jaden Daniels, another weapon for Jaden Daniels for a Washington team that, Patrick, is it already pretty darn good. They proved that this past season.
And now they just added a good piece. I believe Deebo still has some gas in the tank. He is that running back / receiver kind of thing going on. I think Jaden's happy.
Yeah, remember, because Washington brought in Austin Eckler from the Chargers, who had some really good seasons. But I think Deebo Samuel might be an upgrade if they want to play him at running back or slot receiver or a little bit of everything. I mean, because he really does do a little bit of everything. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to use him. But for Jaden Daniels, man, that's another big-time offensive player to add into a Washington team that had Zach Ertz at tight end, Terry McLaurin at receiver, who's probably their top receiver. I mean, this is a pretty good Washington team right now.
Yeah, could work out good for him.
Yeah, so man, this NFL offseason is going to be nuts, and I think it's just ramping up right now. Let's talk some NBA. Patrick, going back to last week, I told you the Lakers had a very big stretch. They were going to play the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they were going to see the LA Clippers twice. Those 3 games in the span of a couple days, and that would be very telling of where the Lakers are at, because those 3 teams are right next to each other, or they were, in the Western Conference standings. Well, for the Lakers, it was a clean sweep. They beat Minnesota. They beat the Clippers twice, including yesterday, 108-102. So now the Lakers, all of a sudden, are tied for second place with the Denver Nuggets for second place in the Western Conference right now, man.
Yes, I mean, we talked about the gelling kind of happening with the Lakers, and of course Luka. And I thought JJ Redick said something really cool in his press conference. He says, you can see it in Luka that his inner warrior tends to come out every once in a while, and it's a damn good thing for us when it does.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised the Lakers are turning it on like this. The second or third best team in the Western Conference right now. Can they beat Oklahoma City? I don't know, maybe. I mean, Oklahoma City's got a lot of talent. They score a lot of points, but I don't know if anyone's, like we've said, necessarily intimidated by the Thunder. But if the Lakers are right up there with the Denver Nuggets for that second or third spot, man, that's like ideal scenario for the Lakers going into the postseason. We were afraid they were going to be in the play-in tournament, a couple of days ago.
And when they went up there and snapped that 9-game winning streak in Denver and beat them, that got our attention. And we were like, wait a minute. They're showing signs of, like you just said, of being one of the top teams in the West. And it looks like they're getting better and better and better. So it could be working out.
Yeah, 100%. That winning in Denver was a very telling moment for this Lakers team, that they can go on the road and beat one of the best teams in the league. So yeah, we'll see, man. But it was a big win against the Clippers last night. Kawhi Leonard did have a season-high 33 for the Clippers, but I just don't see them as a threat in the Western Conference right now with so many good teams out west.
God, they have players, but you're right. But that's where it's like, I don't know if it's ungelling. I don't know what it is. It's not working out.
Yeah, I feel like that window is closing on the Clippers right now. Kawhi's a little older. James Harden's a little older. Of course, they don't have Paul George anymore. So I don't know. I just don't feel like the Clippers are a real threat anymore. And I can't believe it. I'm saying the Lakers are a real threat. I wasn't going to say that about a week ago, but here I am saying it this Monday morning.
As my Laker fan friends would say, Clippers gonna clip.
That's right. Chargers are gonna charge. Clippers are gonna clip. So I get that. I feel that. All right. And finally, Patrick, spring training can be a little boring, right? A lot of guys out there wearing number 73, trying to, find out where they're gonna, be in the minor league system or whatnot. But if you're the Dodgers, you are who you are. You do what you do. You're the defending world champions. You got everybody back. In fact, you got more guys back. You're going to be better even this year. So at spring training, they're having a little fun. I don't know if you guys have caught wind of this. Maybe Dodger fans out there listening to KCAL right now have heard this, but Shohei Ohtani and the skipper, Dave Roberts, have a little back and forth going on with pranks. And Shohei Ohtani got Dave Roberts with a small little Porsche out in the parking lot. They moved skipper's car out of his parking spot and put a little plastic, toy Porsche where his car should be. Well, I guess Dave Roberts finally got Ohtani back, and in Ohtani's car, those plastic pit balls you go to Chuck E. Cheese or someplace like that? Well, they filled Ohtani's car with these pit balls. So now Ohtani and Roberts going back and forth in spring training. So it just proves that the Dodgers feel very comfortable going into the season. Don't worry about them. Spring training does not matter. They're the world champs.
It's kind of funny, though. It fits baseball. I think it's a great sign for your team kind of doing this goofball stuff, because baseball is that one sport. I think we learned it with Tom Selleck and Mr. Baseball.
Yes.
You got to kind of have some jokes and stuff. It keeps it light in that clubhouse, man, and that helps you at the plate. We know that for sure. I think this is a great sign for the Dodgers because just like you said, they're already world champs, and now they've upgraded, and now Shohei's getting even more comfortable. I mean, look at him in his first year. He completely went bananas, and now he's going to be able to pitch. This could be something for the history books this year, Pat.
Yeah, it's scary. As good as the Dodgers was in the World Series championship and Shohei Ohtani having a historic season, they might be better, man. And they're loose. They're getting along. They actually like each other, and they're pranking each other. It's a long season, 162 regular season games, February to November if you're playing in the World Series. It's a long season. But these guys, man, they're having fun. They're ready to cut loose, and they've got a ton of talent. It's World Series or bust again, easy for the Dodgers.
Pretty cool to kind of see Ohtani coming out of his shell too, and being loose and relaxed, because he was kind of a quiet dude. And I think it's a really good sign, because the more comfortable you are, the better you're going to play it. I mean, look how he's already played. He's already hitting the record books, and I think he's going to do even more. Just like our guy, Pep. We will catch up on Thursday with more sports stuff. Pep, tell me how to get your stuff.
Always leveling up on Inland Sports. You can find more on Instagram, X, and Facebook. We got the YouTube channel as well. All you got to do is search Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.